Yes. Welcome back to another City Extra stream. Just so I don't feel like I'm losing my mind, yeah? Just first things first. Anyone else see them love arts in the chat? I've just been speaking to Lewis about it, and I don't understand how it happened, innit? But love arts popped up on the chat, kind of like when you're on TikTok and that. And now I could just be losing my shit, and you know what I mean? It's pretty early, so I might be going wild. But if someone else seen it, then at least I know I'm not going crazy, because I don't know what the fuck it is. There you go, bro. There's loads of them.
Oh!
Bro, how are you doing that?
Cool,
How are people doing this?
What are you doing, innit? Why are you hacking the systems?
Hacking the YouTube algorithm.
Yo, lock it down, Bray. Lock it down.
Bro, I can't figure it out.
Change the password, Bray. I don't get it, innit? What's happening?
Oh, maybe it's only on mobile. It's on the chat. It's only on mobile. Look at it. The love hearts, the laughing faces. Yo.
What? Nah, I need to go on my phone and have a look
Same.
Please hold, chat. We'll speak about Cancelo in a second, but this is more important.
This is definitely more important, isn't it? You know what I mean? We got new features to speak about.
I ain't got nothing on Android.
I ain't got nothing on Android.
What you're chatting about then, innit?
Bro, you're all... Right, look, chat, yeah? Look, this is my chat. Yeah? They got all the people you can see yourself in the chat. It's very overexposed. But where
is it, man? iPhone gang. You got... Oh, you're on Android now as well. You fucking hell, bro. The one time that we actually needed you to be on the iPhone.
Yeah, but... You know what I mean? It's superior, innit? It's iPhone gang. So Danielle can see it.
I've got it, bro. Danielle's just giving me a phone. Ooh.
Oh, show me, bro. Show me the phone, innit? I need to see it.
Cool. You see it on that?
Yeah. There's like an extra bit there. That's pretty mad, that.
You see it?
Yeah.
That's sick. Right, so watch this, bro. I'm going to press the party thing. And it should come up with the party. What's my party, bro?
Oh, shit.
Oh. This is a madness, you know. Thank you. That's crazy.
Big up Danielle.
What integration there from YouTube? All the things that they could be done on YouTube, and that's what they've done, man.
Everything that they could be making better, and they decided, let's add this little thing in the bottom corner which does fuck all. But yes, big up everyone, innit? I knew I wasn't going wild. Right, what are we talking about?
Cancelo. João Cancelo is wanted by Arsenal and Barcelona. Now, we know that currently he's on loan at Bayern Munich. He's got a £76 million release clause or buy option for Bayern Munich. Said at the time that would never be paid. And even though he's only been there, 3 months, Bayern Munich have already released to the press and come out and said basically, it's absolutely no chance that they're going to be paying 76 million quid for João Cancelo. So the options are kind of limited here. There's only very few options left. And this is what we want to have a talk about is, do you let Cancelo go to Bayern on a reduced fee? And it would be heavily reduced, nowhere near the 70 million. Do you sell him to maybe Arsenal, who probably could pay a little bit, but then you sell him to Arsenal and you're making them stronger? Look what that's done this year. Do you keep him or do you loan him again to Barcelona, because they're probably not going to be able to afford a transfer fee? So what do? Do you want him back? First of all, do people want him back at Manchester City is the first question.
I think it'd be nice to have a left back, and he was very good for a couple of years. If he could just get his head screwed on. But the thing is, there's a lot of stuff that was going on. I think I'm in a situation where if he came back, I'd back him. But if he doesn't come back, I'm fine with it because he's gone. Already, in my head, Cancelo is not a Manchester City player right now.
Yeah. So that's fine, because I agree. But do you want him back?
I have no opinion, really, innit? I have no opinion whether I want him back, because if he comes back, I'm fine with it, and if he doesn't come back, I'm fine with it. Do you understand what I mean? So I wouldn't say I want him back. I wouldn't say I'm sat here going, I want Cancelo back. I want Cancelo back. It's more like if he comes back, I'm like, all right.
If he comes back, I'll back him, clearly. But
Yeah.
I don't want him back at Manchester City. I'll be quite open with it. I don't want him back at the football club. I've moved on, man. I mean, this guy, you know, he clearly has some sort of problems, you know what I mean, with the whole not playing. And I can't have players at the club that can't accept being rotated and are causing issues, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
And so for me, as good as he's been, you know, I look how we're playing since he's left. We've been mint. You know what I mean? So for me, nah, I'm done with him. Wish him all the best. Hold no grudges. Hope he goes on and has a sick career and all that kind of shit. But for me, nah. I think his time at Manchester City is up.
If the stuff that actually happened with Pep is true, then there's no way back for Cancelo if that is true, because that's I mean, he can't be getting about doing that on the reg. And if there was disruptions in the team that Cancelo was causing, then you don't want to re-enter that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to bring them bad vibes back. But if that's the case, then that's the case. But so yeah, I think we've like associated that most people do not want Cancelo back. There are a few people who do want him back. I guess I'm in the vote of no, because I don't want him back. Like, I don't want him back. I'm just chill about the situation. So yeah, most people don't want him back. So that leaves with the other options. Amar's having his say with the two. Yes, Amar. He says no, he doesn't want him back. He's a snake. Hope Ruben smashes him into Rosie. I mean, to be fair, by the sounds of like what happened, what went on the training ground, he nearly did smash him into Rosie. So yeah, that's that. So what are the other options then, bro? We've had the
so the other option back. Yeah, so obviously Bayern Munich accepts, probably though on a low transfer fee, maybe like 30 million, something like that, and that's not even guaranteed that they'll actually want him anyway. Arsenal probably on a bigger transfer fee. They'll obviously have a bigger budget, and they obviously recognise what he can do, and he's worked with Arteta, and Arteta will probably vouch to get Cancelo in, so they could probably afford probably a bit higher, maybe 50, maybe even 60 million, or by Barcelona, but that would probably only be a loan move.
My thing on this is, yeah, if we can't get a deal over the line with Bayern Munich, I would happily loan him to Barcelona. I know you're not getting that transfer fee straight away, and it is kind of just whittling down his contract, but I'd happily just loan him to Barcelona. Now, as much as he's worked with Arteta, and he'd probably like to work with Arteta again, if they want to buy him, I'd be making them pay premium. Like, I'd basically be saying to Arsenal, well, you pay what we want, which is that 70 mil or whatever. Because look at what's happened with transfers to Arsenal in the past.
Yeah.
You're directly strengthening a rival, a now title rival. So I wouldn't be saying like the same deal for Bayern. Like, Bayern, for me, in this situation, get a cheaper deal than what Arsenal get. Like, if Bayern came in with a £40 million bid, something like £40 million bid, I reckon City would probably be looking at entertaining that just to get rid. That's if they do that. But if Arsenal came in with a £40 million bid, I wouldn't entertain it for a second.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we have to be really, really careful now about who we're picking, who we're selling players to. We have to pick and choose what clubs we're selling players to, because obviously we sold these players to Arsenal in the summer, and you know, I think City was fair in doing that. No one thought that selling them Jesus and Zinchenko was going to make them a title challenging side. But that just shows you the Premier League. It's because of the managers. I've said this for some time. The managers in this country are unbelievably good at all levels. You know, you go down the league. You know what I mean? Look at some of the managers, man. De Zerbi, Brighton, Frank, Emery. You know, and you can keep going down to the
quality
bottom
managers
half.
everywhere. Yeah.
There's quality managers everywhere. So if you give them just a few good players, the best managers, and Arteta clearly is a very good manager, can make a really, really good team. So it's dangerous. It's very, very dangerous now to sell players that are decent to Premier League rivals who are a half decent club, because if you do, that could transform them. And selling Cancelo to Arsenal could make them, from a title challenging side like they are now, they're currently challenging, to a team that could arguably get even better next season. So I think, we've got to be careful about selling them to Arsenal. And
I think they'd full send for him as well, you know. I think because they play Ben White kind of like as a right back at the moment, don't they? a makeshift right back. And to be fair to him, he actually really does well in that. It's like kind of like Ake at left back, one of the things where you go, what? They play Ake at left back? And you think, oh yeah, it should be easy, should dust him, but Ake's obviously smashed it. And I feel like it's the same with Ben White. Ben White's clearly smashed it at right back for them. But if they could get someone like Cancelo, an attacking fullback, who can play on that right hand side, I think they'd be all over that, and especially to work with Arteta again. I think it does make sense for that to happen, but because of the situation that we find ourselves in, like them being a direct rival, like you're saying, I think for that to happen, it has to be premium price. We have to basically just go, right, you want him, we've got to put the price up, because in an ideal world, we don't sell to these people, we don't sell to like Arsenal at all. In an ideal world, you don't directly strengthen a title rival ever. You want to be selling them elsewhere, and preferably to a different league.
I agree. I mean, I'm looking at his games for Bayern Munich. He's only actually played 90 minutes twice, so he's not having the greatest of times there. But actually, if you do goals and assists per 90 minutes, he's actually getting a goal or an assist every 90 minutes, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, he's not really in favour. He was. I know, obviously, this was the previous manager, but he only played 45 minutes of the first leg against Paris Saint-Germain, 4 minutes of the second one. Bundesliga is being subbed on, subbed off. You know, he's not a player that sticks on the pitch for the full 90 minutes. Only played 11 minutes of the Borussia Dortmund game under Thomas Tuchel, which I think was his first match, and then played a full 90 minutes, to be fair, against Freiburg last weekend, but they got beat 2-1, so obviously that ain't great. So I don't know if Bayern Munich are even going to want him, bro, to be honest with you. I mean, the previous manager didn't really like him. He wasn't playing him 90 minutes every single game, and I know it's only been a couple of games so far for Thomas Tuchel, but I mean, he didn't play against Dortmund and only played in the DFB Pokal, so it seems like he ain't really a massive fan either at this time.
I guess it'll just be interesting to see what like come the end of the season, how Thomas Tuchel's utilised him, and if he's found a way for Cancelo to be there, he might turn around and go, you know what, I want this Tony at the football club, go get him. But obviously, on the face of it, it doesn't look good for Cancelo's career at Bayern Munich. Seems to be a little bit of an issue. Now, obviously, alternatives, like I say, like Barcelona, stuff like that. Barcelona are a difficult side to go to because they've got no cash. That'd have to be a loan deal. Now, I think most people would accept him going on loan there. I think that I don't think anyone would have any issues in there, especially if it was like a loan to buy, or even just a loan deal. Just gets him gone for another season, really, until we can find a suitable buyer. I've seen people in the chat mentioning Real Madrid as well. I'm sure there was links to Real Madrid a few weeks back as well.
Well, they do need a right back.
Yeah, exactly. They need a right back. So I think that's a deal that does kind of make sense. And that's a deal where, again, with Real Madrid, as much as you're titling a rival in Europe, I wouldn't expect Real Madrid to be paying like a 60, 70 million pound for Cancelo. I think they'd still get it on the cheaper end of the deal. I think City will be willing to accept a lower fee. Have you heard about the rumoured fee that we're willing to accept for Laporte? Rumours going around like 30 to 40 million pound for Laporte just to get him gone. And then that kind of like ties in with the fact that he doesn't play any football. Almost like the club are just going, get him out. Get him out. Not asked how much, just get rid of him. And now Bernardo, it wasn't the same. We held our price tag because he didn't kick up a fuss and put his all in all the time. Whereas maybe players like Laporte and Cancelo weren't doing that. And obviously that's why Cancelo got shifted on in January. But honestly, I think Real Madrid, Barca, I think that they'll get the cheap deal, which is more appealing to them.
Yeah. Unless he does come back, because
unless he comes back,
it's the sort of vibe that I've got from shit that's gone on is that maybe there is a potential way back for Cancelo.
I agree.
When he left and he had sort of his first interview, he sort of played everything down. You know, there was a lot of rumours, there was a lot of reports coming out from journalists, weren't they, at the time, saying, "Oh, we are fucking kicked off," and all this.
Yeah, this side, that side. There are two sides to every story. Like,
yeah, and he quieted that down, and so did Pep Guardiola. To be fair, you know what I mean. He was just talking about the fact that Cancelo wanted to play, and he couldn't play in that current system. I do probably think that something happened, but maybe it wasn't as bad as the journalists were making out. So maybe there is a chance for Cancelo to come back. Who knows? I don't know, but I personally, the reason I don't want him back is nothing to do with his ability. It's purely due to the fact that he just seems like a guy who due to his personality, if he doesn't get in the team, causes a bit of an issue. And I think look at Happy Meal FC right now. Everyone's happy, everyone's buzzing. And what about if he wasn't playing? Would he be causing problems in the dressing room? And I just don't want that.
I think mental headspace, if he was fine with not playing and being more allowing rotation, and he might be like, do you know what I mean? Maybe that's what he's gone away to do, is try and like fix that. But mental headspace, if he's fine with a little bit of rotation, I think it'd be fine to have him back, because then he could rotate. But I think clearly he's not happy when he doesn't start football matches. And now a lot of people aren't happy when they don't start football matches. It's just like, I think Cancelo is just very honest about the way he is and outspoken. So if he's not happy about not playing, and I think he said this himself, if he's not happy about not playing, he'll just face up and tell you. Then that causes a little bit of disturbance when you have other players who aren't playing as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, so he's complaining, but you got other players who aren't complaining who aren't playing either. But it's clearly not good for his mental health if it's affecting him that he's not playing football. So he needs to go somewhere where he can play week in, week out. Whether that's a drop in quality of a team, or do you know what I mean? If he can go somewhere where he can just walk into a side and play week in, week out, he might find himself a lot happier.
Yeah. No, I agree. It'll be good. It's going to be an interesting one to see what happens with Cancelo. And I think this is probably one that could actually drag on for the whole transfer window, unless someone's like desperate to get him and they're willing to pay the cash, maybe like Real Madrid. If they're not in for him, this could be a transfer that drags on for the whole transfer window, obviously when it opens to the end, because City are in this weird position where there's only a few clubs that probably want him. Could PSG go in for him? I don't know. That's probably a club that would deal with someone like him and obviously play him every week. That could be a potential option. Yeah. But elsewhere, maybe go back to Italy. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one to see. See what he can do. It's going to be interesting. Cool. I just thought we'd go for it. A little bit of an update. It's only rumours at this stage, and the sources ain't great, but we thought we'd just do it because obviously we wanted to chat about Cancelo because there is a conversation to be had there. And no one truly knows what's going to happen with the Cancelo. We'll be back later on, 2:00. Man City's press conference. Pep Guardiola will be doing the press conference reaction. So join us then. It's a massive, massive weekend, man. So make sure you join us later on for the pre-match conference. And then tonight we will do the main preview. So yeah, guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel as well if you do. Hit that notification bell so when we go live later on for that pre-match conference, you can join us for it. We'll catch you in the next one. See you later.
See you in a bit.